take a look at this. November 1949, this is the 3rd issue of Motor Trend ever.
3rd issue?
Yes, and this is where the Cadillac, that 49 out there, was the very first car of the year, but they covered a lot of other cool stuff in this thing. Watkins Glen Grand Prix in 1949, which is where I went and did the driver start your engines last year. Also, the Pikes Peak Hill Climb, coverage of that, just so dang cool. But then you see the very first Motor Trend car of the year was this Cadillac. Anyway, thought you'd like to see that. And anyway, I'll just be on my way in the Cadillac.
We have a bill to pay. No.
The distraction did not work.
Welcome to Hoovie's Garage, the dumbest automotive channel in all of YouTube. I'm very, very excited because my 1949 Cadillac Custom, which the Wizard has been working on for the past few weeks, is finally finished and I can drive it home and use it as my daily driver if it wasn't 100+ degrees, which it's been for the last 3 or 4 weeks, the hottest summer in 40 years here in Kansas. So we're really going to test this thing and the work the Wizard has done, including getting the air conditioning going, which is very, very important. I also got something really cool, goes way back to when this Cadillac was brand new, that I can't wait to show you all and the Car Wizard. We're also going to do an update on my building that's about 90 years old, 10 years older than this Cadillac. Actually, a major update on that, and then we're going to get this thing down to Van Gogh and see what he can do with this old lacquer paint and this old chrome, clean it all up, and probably have a very dramatic transformation. But since it's very, very hot in the shop and we have to turn off those 3 very, very loud swamp coolers behind me to do any kind of filming, let's get through this very quickly. Wizard! Actually, before we go through my current projects at the Wizards, I've teleported myself back to my air-conditioned home garage to thank Copart for sponsoring today's video. I've recently completed the rebuild on my 2004 Chevy SSR, bought through Copart, which was a breeze to do thanks to the GM platform and the light damage. And I actually recently had Urination Bob sell it for me to a fan, so goodbye SSR. I also actually still have my Mercedes Maybach that I bought through Copart, which was a little harder to source parts for and a much more ambitious build, but still had a great result. And now I'm out shopping for my next Copart rebuild project, and I'm certainly open to suggestions if you all want to search Copart for yourself and share the listings, the link below in the comments. Copart, of course, is the largest source of online auctions for salvage and insurance cars, and you can find just about anything on there. You don't need to live vicariously through me. It's easy to buy cars there for yourself. All you have to do is sign up and be a Copart member, and Hoovie's Garage fans can get a discounted membership by clicking the link below or going to copart.com/Hoovies, and then you can buy something for yourself, whether it be a lightly damaged car like the SSR, a bigger project like the Maybach, or a parts car for your project. With the endless thousands of cars being sold on Copart monthly, there's always something to find. For those of you that have finished or are buttoning up a project, Copart is also currently having their annual rebuild challenge, which you can sign up for by submitting a before and after photo at copart.com/rebuild and potentially win a $7,500 grand prize, $2,500 for second place or $1,000 for third. Now, the deadline for submitting is September 1st, and you have to be a Copart member. For those of you that aren't quite finished with your project yet or don't have one yet, you can check out the past winners and get ideas for your own build after becoming a Copart member yourself, of course, by going to copart.com/Hoovies. Now, back to the Wizards. Ah! Wizard!
She's sitting a little higher now.
She is sitting a little higher. So you put some air in my rear air suspension there?
Yes, through the little Schrader valve there.
It is hot.
It is so hot.
It's like the 3rd or 4th week of this 100+ every single day. We've had almost no relief, but anyway, that's Kansas for you. So this thing showed up with a lot of leaks. The air conditioning didn't work, and working through it, I mean, you had a few challenges, but it really wasn't that bad, huh?
No, it wasn't horrible.
Here. But for those of you that missed the first video, I bought this from the longtime owner. It is a 49 Cadillac on the outside, but underneath it's a very custom car. It has a 500 big block Cadillac motor, a custom front end. And actually the eagle-eyed viewer said it was a GM front end on this thing, which is pretty cool. The rear end's different as well. So very, very custom, and the suspension gives it an incredible ride, but needed some sorting. So the air conditioning is going, Wizard?
Yes, it is going. You can see we had to weld here. There was a pinhole. Also, these crimps and the hoses were just finger loose. They needed to be redone. I sent them to my guy here in town that's able to do this kind of work. He crimped on all new hoses, new service valves, welded all the pinholes. We got all that done. We found there was one more leak right through this hole. You can
the
see
condenser, which you were going to try and find a new condenser, which was a little tough, but you had a much cheaper solution for me, which is nice.
Yeah, for 50 bucks, the guy that does this for me is able to braze the fitting and fix the hole.
So he just repaired it.
He repaired it.
That's incredible. So leaks also weren't that hard to fix, right?
Correct.
The rear tail shaft thing that you...
Yeah, it was balls deep all the way.
Yes, but also it needed a good polishing, right?
Yeah, we polished it up. It had rust on it. It hadn't been inserted in a long time.
What a shame. That's so sad.
It's very sad.
So that was the big leak, along with a few other little minor things, right?
Yeah, the transmission pan was leaking, the gasket. We got that. While we had it off, we did a service, filter and everything, new gasket, new output seal. That solved those leaks, and your AC's blowing ice cold. We did have to reroute here for your heater core because you had no heat. You had AC, but now you can't heat the car, which is not needed right now. But
right. I can't imagine it ever being cold ever again for as long as it's been hot. But anyway, I need to quit complaining about it. Because I have a car with working air conditioning, 2 radiators and cooling fans, as you saw in the last video, a very weird setup, and now a working heater core. So it is a fully functional, ready to go 49 Cadillac. I'm not even going to try and leave. I'm going to go in and pay the bill because I'm so excited, so thankful for you doing this for me. And also, I have something to show you. It's really cool.
Okay.
Oh, air conditioning segment.
Yes, it is so hot out there.
All right, so what do you got for me?
This one's 2 pages long.
Oh, okay. Well, so the transmission reseal, less than 400 bucks. That's pretty good. The heater, oh, that was another cheap fix.
Yeah.
So nothing crazy, it's just a lot of little things adding up.
Yes.
All right. Air. Add air to the shocks to place at the rear view. $1.37.
Well, yeah, the air was in my shop, so I have to charge you for it.
You're charging me for the air that I breathe?
Yes.
Okay, grand total with tax, $1,618.41, which it should be $1 less than that since you can't charge people for air.
Well, there's 75 cents for actually plugging the air chuck onto the Schrader valve. Actually, fill it up.
Okay, well, every little drop into that yacht fuel tank helps, I guess, huh?
That's what I was thinking of when I put that on there.
Well, take a look at this. This is what I brought for you to see and for us to look at together. November 1949. This is the 3rd issue of Motor Trend ever.
3rd issue?
Yes, and this is where the Cadillac, that 49 out there, was the very first car of the year. But they covered a lot of other cool stuff in this thing. You can see they're talking about custom coach work, but also racing. Watkins Glen Grand Prix in 1949, which is where I went and did the driver start your engines last year.
Wow.
So back when they were racing out there. Also, the Pikes Peak Hill Climb, coverage of that in 1949, which is so dang cool. But then you see the very first Motor Trend car of the year was this Cadillac, primarily for the design, obviously. In 48, they unveiled the new design with the P38 Lightning tails, but also in 49, they got the smaller engine, which is 220-pound slider. It went from a flat head to a dual overhead valve and almost doubled the horsepower. You can see the dyno readings here. Just insane.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Where did you get this?
I just found it on the internet, and I thought, oh, I had to have it because this is the very first car of the year. But even the ads in the back are just absolutely crazy. You can see the cars for sale, like a 1935 Auburn Speedster for $800.
$800?
Can you imagine? And all these old custom body cars. I mean, we're starting to customize things in the 1940s, but really in the 50s, of course, when they were doing all the crazy customs. But yeah, even Barris, the guy who did the Batmobile for Adam West, you know, that TV show.
Yeah.
He was advertising in this back in the day. Florence Avenue, Los Angeles. You can see it's a chopped Cadillac, actually. Chopped convertibles and coupes, body, fender fade. Look at that. It's just so dang cool. It's neat to have a piece of history like this. Even, like, here's an ad for Jaguar. This has got me thinking, Wizard.
Oh, you're thinking you want one now.
The world's fastest car in 1949, 132.6 miles per hour in that Jag. I saw those at the Mille Mia, and they are just gorgeous, and they are pretty affordable, actually, for what they are, special as they are. But anyway, thought you'd like to see that, and anyway, I'll just be on my way in the Cadillac.
We have a bill to pay. No.
The distraction did not work. Oh yeah, this Cadillac is way to the good with these modern Oldsmobile seats. They are so comfy. I say modern, they're still probably 30 or 40 years old. And now I have air conditioning, but it's all down low, so it's kind of a, well, a ball chiller, if you will. So Anyway, I imagine it'll cool down the cabin eventually. I need to roll these windows up, but before we get on the highway and get home, I actually want to stop by and check out the building, the 90-year-old grocery store I bought not too long ago, and actually we found a tenant and it's rented. Well, doesn't this look right out of a Norman Rockwell painting right here? The 49 Cadillac next to the 1930s grocery store just fits right in. So I bought this building for only $75,000. It was the upholstery shop we used for a lot of cars over the years with the car wizard. He wanted to retire and get out. He's still doing a little bit of work on the side though. And I didn't know what I was going to do with this thing. People say you should buy real estate, so I bought real estate, not knowing what the heck I was doing. But really has a new roof. It's in pretty good shape inside. Needed some paint, needed some floors. They actually had it all arranged, have the stucco fixed. Was going to spend, I don't know, over 10 grand fixing all this stuff up. And then somebody local reached out to me, Diamond T Auctions, Tony. He wanted to use the building to house his online auction company. He also does estates and garage sales and that kind of stuff. And this is the perfect sort of storefront for that. He didn't want me to fix anything. He just wanted a cheaper rent rate, and he would fix little things on his own, which I was very happy to have him do that. And now I have a tenant for a year, which I can't believe it. I mean, I just completely lucked out. And actually, I was so busy filming car issues. The car wizard is actually the person who made contact with this guy, showed him the building, and sealed the deal, basically. So not only is he the car wizard, he's also a real estate agent wizard. So I guess I owe him a commission for that, but he hasn't asked for it yet. But anyway, speaking of wizards, let's get down to Van Gogh. I'm gonna drive this thing around for a day or two, and then we're gonna head over to Van Gogh and drop it off, pick up a very special car, incredible low mileage Survivor that they've been cleaning up, and drop off this for hopefully an amazing transformation. Well, I've been dailying this thing and it is absolutely fantastic. The AC will freeze you out right in your crotch first and then work its way up, which is kind of pleasant actually. But now I want this car to really be all that it can be. So I'm at Van Gogh back with Stuart, and this one's gonna be interesting. I can't tell, you think this is a lacquer paint job?
You know, I mean, it should be. Of course, it being a retro mod, who knows? Looks like it probably is.
So very thick, sort of like with the BMW, which was a
Right.
very nice thick paint to work with to buff a lot of stuff out. And there's tons of swirl marks in this thing.
Oh,
a lot of
all that out.
pitting in the chrome, which, I mean, obviously not all of that's gonna come
Yep.
out, but I wonder the
Okay.
little surface things,
Yeah.
how much the Dagmars and everything else will shine up again, I don't know.
So the interesting thing about chrome is you kind of never know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so once I get on it, we'll see. I mean, I can always make it look better. Sometimes you can do amazing things with it, and sometimes not so much. But this, I think, is gonna, anything we do is just gonna make it look better.
Well, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
And
Can I peek inside?
oh, sure.
Oh, yeah, I got it. I have been, I cannot wait to see this.
It's
Oh.
kind of a
Yeah.
Oldsmobile Tornado, 70s or 80s seats, 1960s
this
Cadillac
is so
steering wheel.
cool.
So it's kind of a mashup, but a pretty cool mashup, huh?
Oh, this is amazing.
But pretty clean in here. You don't have to do much.
Well, let me have the keys. It's date night. So,
I guess. All right. Going to the sock hop or whatever,
Yeah.
right?
God, this is crazy. This is so cool.
Well, I want to see what I left here a few days ago, something you all haven't seen because it's a car issues car. It's a 90 Miata. So I'll do a little before footage now that we're inside and there's not people doing lawn work, which is just like the bane of YouTubers' existence. But basically, nearly the original owners, they bought it when it was only a few years old, never buffed it, never did anything, just kept it in the garage. It never saw rain its entire life. It's a 28,000 mile 1990 Miata. I wasn't a big fan of the pinstriping on it, so I asked Stuart to take it off and then just give it a nice buff and clean up, and I imagine it's another single stage car, right?
No, actually, that's a base coat clear.
Oh.
Yeah, so because it
Okay.
buffed up really nice. If it is, it's good paint.
Well, let's
because
see
was
it.
very easy to buff out. But that's interesting you would say that. Let's go take a look. And
Well, whatever it is, it cleaned up incredibly. Holy moly.
yeah.
It is a total time capsule of a Miata. I was so happy to find this thing. I had that red one before, and it had a few little boo-boos and things, and it was a low mileage car, but this one, definitely the nicest that I've ever owned and seen in a very long time. Original top.
Yeah, it's like a little
Jeez.
museum piece.
Wait,
So we got the tail lights done for you. We did leave one sticker on. We all took a vote, and we thought, you know what? We'll leave that on. We can always take it off later.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
It looks good on there with the white, so we left it on.
But before I had the pinstripe all the way around, and
Yeah,
then like
yeah.
the dealer took up whoever sold it new took up this whole thing, which it didn't need to do.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it was so nice before. The previous owners have put carpet sample squares over the original floor mats, so they are, oh, it's perfect.
And I did save those for you, just for fun. I thought,
I don't need them. I've sourced the original shifter. The radio's kind of a lost cause, though, unless anybody has one sitting on the shelf. But wow! All right, let's look under the hood too. I bought this thing original 30-year-old timing belt. We took it on the track, 20-year-old tires. I'll save it for when the show airs on how all that went. But anyway, oh my God!
Yeah. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Yeah, it belongs in a museum for sure.
I know. It's got to be the nicest one out there.
And what's wild, there's nice ones, they pop up pretty regularly, and they still don't bring all that much money. Less than what they sold for new, which was like $13,000. So for a iconic, affordable sports car that's also a collectible, I can't see them being this cheap in this nice of condition forever. I mean, buy one while you still can, because they're out there, but wow, I mean, maybe not quite this nice.
It just looks so, everything on it is just so,
yeah. Chimney. Well, I'll take the Miata home, and then in a few days I'll come back for the Cadillac. I'm really looking forward to seeing that. So
I may want a few more days in a few days.
Well, okay. I'll give you all the time you want.
Good. Okay.
Have fun. So it's been about a week. Hopefully I've aged well, and this Cadillac looks fantastic. Still doing lawn work. They're still doing lawn work out there. I guess it just never stops.
Hey, Tyler.
How's it going, Stuart?
Good. How are you?
Good. So the Cadillac
is done.
It's done?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It is pretty. So I wanted to give this back to you. We pulled this out.
Oh.
Did not want any stains on it.
No. That was a distraction attempt for the Wizard that didn't work, but I appreciate it.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Yeah, I saw it and I thought, this is a real one now. I'm going to hold on to that.
That's cool. All right.
I just don't want to risk it. That'd be the one time a bottle would fall or something funny would happen to it.
And there it is.
Yeah.
Well,
Be shiny.
that black is so deep, it's like a black hole I could fall into now.
Yeah, it was painted a long time ago, so we're really happy.
Well, it had all the swirl marks. I mean, it's one of those cars where the previous owner protected it by putting a car cover on it, but then a decade, 2 decades of just sliding that off and on, the friction with the dust and everything else, it had a lot of swirl marks in this thing. I was not expecting this. I expected it to look better, but this is great.
Yeah.
And the bright work too. I mean, it's still old, but
yeah, for what it is, it all shined up great.
Oh yeah.
And, we're gonna be sad to see this one go, actually.
Huh. Well, even the tires came back because they were kind of yellow, like they needed a teeth whitening or something.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time on that, and then even getting the black wall back. But
and the wire wheels, jeez.
Yeah. All the chrome's been scrubbed and polished. It's just such a beautiful car. And then, so I moved the cover. That
oh, the car cover. I'll never use it again because I don't want to scuff it up. But
it was underneath. But there's the trunk. Yeah.
And you see my little donut.
Yeah. So we got all that cleaned up, and we put the car cover in the back seat and took those black mats that were there.
Oh yeah.
I saved them though, just for you never know.
The mats within mats. No, I don't need those anymore. But yeah, this is fantastic. I've got a steering wheel condom. That's I won't need that, but gorgeous.
Yeah.
How about the big engine?
Yes.
There's the 500.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is one big motor.
It is. It is. And it looks fantastic.
And what's cool is it's kind of like a show car, there's not much on the fender wells and all.
It's a very clean presentation, and just so well done. And now that it's all cleaned up, you can really see the craftsmanship here. I mean, it's just, boy, they did such a great job on this car.
I know. Just looks amazing.
I love it. I love it.
Well, I hope you have fun with it. I'll probably come borrow it once in a while for date night or something. No, I'm just kidding.
Anytime you want. I think I'm going to daily this thing for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so nice and comfortable and beautiful. I haven't been this in love with a car in a really, really long time.
It's gorgeous.
And I'm so happy that you all love the videos with this car. I didn't expect you all to like them because it's an old Cadillac. I thought the views would be in the toilet. I was just buying the car because I loved it. You all loving it too made it so much better. So thank you so much for that. And thank you so much for watching.